Hey everyone, it's Anthony here at Baldwin Winery, and welcome to week 1 of our virtual tastings to go. If you didn't see our announcement video about that over on Facebook, feel free to go check that out first. But if you did stop on by to the winery to get a virtual tasting to go, you're going to notice that we gave you one of these nice sheets over here. This is going to be your guideline along with me to your tasting. So feel free to grab a pen or a pencil and jot some notes of your own, and we'll kind of compare at the end and see what we get. So on our little virtual tasting to go sheets here, on our guideline sheet, we have the 5 S's. So it's going to be see, swirl, sniff, sip, and savor. So we're going to follow those 5 guideline steps and kind of see what we get here at the end. So let me pour a little Pinot Grigio for you and we'll get started. Alrighty, there we go, pour a nice amount. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to see. All we're doing here is we're just using our sight. So what do you notice about the Pinot Grigio? It's got a very, very nice light color to it. I notice it's almost kind of, I guess I'd call it a goldish straw color. The other thing you're going to look for is the legs. You want to see how it clings to the glass. And you know, it clings to the glass rather nicely. That being said, it has a bit of a higher alcohol content. I believe we have it just about 12% here. The other thing is too, you're going to want to tip it back and see how it falls down to the bottom of the glass. This falls rather fast, so not a lot of sugar in here at all. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to swirl. That's our second S there. So when we're swirling, really all we're doing is we're just allowing it to release a really nice amount of aromatics for our third S, which is sniff. So here we go. Wow. So with my sniff at least, I get some floralness, a nice kind of like a really, you know, just flowers, almost like spring. And the other thing I get is I really get a strong vanilla. Now, I know that vanilla is a nice characteristic of oak. Here at Baldwin Winery with our Pinot Grigio, we oak it about 2 months with American oak. Gives it a nice bite to it and a really, really nice vanilla smooth texture to it. Now, you're going to notice that when you take a sip as well. So here we go. Let's take a sip. And when you do take a sip, over-exaggerate it just a little bit. Not to sound silly, but treat it as if you're using mouthwash. Swirl it around. You want to get it from every single angle possible. You're not only going to be sipping it, you're not going to just taste it, but you're also going to be using your smell as well when you take that first sip. So you're going to get the floralness, you're going to get that vanilla, but let's see what we get. Okay. So when I take that first sip, and I'm definitely on that first sip, I'm still getting the vanilla. I'm still getting that nice floralness to it, but I'm getting a really, really nice on the first sip, a tropical acidity, almost like a grapefruit. And again, I still get that really, really nice vanilla. And the funny part is, for our 5th S, the savor, after you take that first sip, you're kind of exhaling a little bit. And that's where I get almost a really, really nice crisp honey apple to it. So that is our Baldwin Pinot Grigio. Stay tuned for one of our next wines. So the second wine in our first week of virtual tastings to go is something actually kind of brand new to Baldwin Winery and something we're very, very excited about. This is our Hudson Harmony. So this all kind of came about because this past season, I should say, we actually couldn't get in a full crop of Merlot grape. So that being said, we were able to get in phenomenal, phenomenal Hudson Valley fresh blueberries. So this is our Hudson Harmony. The name is just kind of something fun that we kind of thought was really cool. And it comes from 2 things coming from the Hudson Valley, harmonizing well together in the bottle, being Merlot grapes and fresh Hudson Valley blueberries. So it's 80% fresh Hudson Valley blueberries and 20% Hudson Valley Merlot. So again, we're going to follow along on our little sheet here, our little guideline. We're going to do see, swirl, sniff, sip, and savor. So let me pour a little bit of the Hudson Harmony for you guys and let's get started. Alrighty, so first thing we're going to do, the first S on there is see. We're just going to look at it. So it's very, very nice and light for a red wine, almost kind of translucent. And the color that at least I'm seeing here is almost kind of a ruby purplish. Yeah, very, very nice and light. So next what we're going to do is we're going to swirl again. And again, we're just bringing out those nice aromatics so we can do our third S, which is sniff. So let's see what we get here. Wow. Yeah, you definitely get a lot of berry to it. That's all I'm really getting is just the berries. Yeah, and with the second sniff, you know what else I get? It's almost kind of like a cedar wood. Really, really nice along with the berries. Alrighty, so let's take that sip, all right? Let's see what we get. And remember, kind of over-exaggerate it. Do it like you're doing mouthwash. Get it from every single angle. Take another sniff while you're taking that first sip. Let's see what we get. Wow, that's really, really good. We're really proud of that one. So what's funny for me is I get the blueberry up front, and in the middle is where I kind of get that dry Merlot cedar wood. And then the full berry hits you right on the end again. But something funny there is you almost get a little bit, especially on the end, you get a little bit of a kind of like a dark chocolate. But you get that full berry, almost like a cherry flavor. If I didn't know it was blueberry, I would almost think it was cherry. That's really, really good. I hope you guys are enjoying that. Feel free to stop on by and grab a bottle yourself after your tasting to go at home. We're delivering curbside, 12 to 5 p.m. here at Baldwin Winery. So that was our Baldwin Winery Hudson Harmony Blueberry Merlot. I hope you guys enjoyed. Alrighty, you guys, so now we're on to our third wine of our first week of virtual tastings to go. So the third wine we have for you guys is our Select Late Harvest Riesling, our Joseph's Vintage. So our Joseph's Vintage, this is a Select Late Harvest Riesling, just like I said. So Select Late Harvest Riesling, all we mean is we're just harvesting the grapes a little later than you normally would. It's going to give it a nice sweetness. These grapes for the Joseph's, they're harvested probably about the last week to 2 weeks of October. They are harvested with just a little bit of botrytis, so it's known in the wine industry as the noble rot. So now let's start using our 5 S's again, right on our little sheet we have here. The see, swirl, sniff, sip, and savor. So first thing we're going to do is see. We're just going to use our sight. So let's pour a little bit of the Joseph's Vintage here. There we go, nice amount. All right, so again, nice and light, but still kind of a nice goldish color to it. But then the other thing we're going to notice here, let's tip back and let's see how it falls down the glass. Let's do it one more time. Yeah, it's falling rather slowly. So again, it's a late harvest Riesling. You're picking the grapes a little later than they normally should. The sugar content in the wine, or the bricks, are going to be up there. So it's going to fall a little bit slower. It's a little bit of a sweeter wine. Not quite a dessert wine. For us, it's a semi here. But let's do a nice little swirl. And again, with the swirl, we're just letting the aromatics make their way around the glass. So when we have our sniff, we really get some nice aromatics there. Wow, okay. So with the aromatics for me, I get a nice amount of citrus. I get pear, and yeah, it's kind of peachy, which is really, really, really nice. So here, let's give it another swirl, and let's do that first sip, okay? And once again, I know I've said it 2 other times now, but kind of overdo it a little bit, like you're using mouthwash. You want to get it from every single angle you can. And let's see what we get on that first sip here. Wow. And just so you know, that is one of my favorites by far that we make here. So the first thing you notice is kind of the mouthfeel. It's a sweeter wine. It's a little bit thicker. And the next thing I get, most overwhelming for me at least, is the honey. You get a really, really beautiful honey texture to it. I think that's because it is thicker, so that's the first thing I get. The other thing is apricot. Yeah, and also when I breathe out again, I'm still getting that same pear and kind of peachy flavor to it. It's really, really good. I hope you guys are enjoying as well. And feel free to come on out here to Baldwin Winery and pick up a bottle. Again, we're doing curbside, 12 to 5 p.m. every single day. You can give us a call or message us on our Facebook. And that was our Baldwin Joseph's Vintage Select Late Harvest Riesling. Enjoy, guys. Alrighty, you guys, so now we're down to our fourth and final wine for our first week of virtual tastings to go. So for our fourth and final wine here, we have our original apple dessert wine. So this is really exciting, and we're very, very proud of this wine. Back in our 2019 season, this actually just took best in class and double gold in the Finger Lakes International Wine Competition. So that's very, very exciting. We're very, very proud of that. So here, let's pour a little bit of this apple dessert wine, and let's see what we get. Alrighty, now first thing we're doing, again, we're using those kind of 5 pillars, those 5 guidelines: the see, swirl, sniff, sip, and savor. So first let's do see. Let's see what we get here, just by using literally our sight. So again, a really, really nice gold color. And you're going to see a nice heavy cling to the glass. This is a dessert wine. It's fully made, all apples. Every single year we use a variety of 3 different kinds of apples. This year it is Granny Smith, Cortland, and Empire, all from Maynard's Family Farm right over in Clintondale, New York, right down the road from us. So again, clings to the glass, very, very nice. This is a true dessert wine. There's no grapes involved in making this wine at all. So here we go. Let's give this just a little bit of a swirl. And again, just bringing out those nice aromatics for us. So it's funny, even though this is an apple wine, a truly solely 100% apple wine, on the nose I'm getting a really, really nice citrus. And the other thing I get, I don't know if you get it too, is I almost get kind of that first time the lawn is cut for the spring. That's what I'm getting, those first kind of lawn clippings. That's what I'm getting along with citrus on the first nose there. So here, let's give it another little swirl. And on your first sip, remember, I know, again, I've said it 3 other times now, kind of overdo it. Get it from every single angle. Wow. That really is truly 100% apple. That's what you get. It's just apple, and it's got a really, really nice spice to it. It's got a really kind of thick mouthfeel to it. Again, honeyish. You get that apple, you get a little hint of spice to it. That's truly amazing. So I hope you guys are enjoying that one too. Feel free to come pick up a bottle. Besides having a glass, this is beautiful for cooking with, baking with. I know we're probably putting some recipes up on our Facebook as well. So feel free to come get a bottle here at Baldwin Winery. We're doing curbside pickup from 12 to 5 p.m. every single day, and we hope to see you guys soon. Have a good one.